First of all, I don't like mice.
Okay.
I don't need mice.
Okay.
I thank you so very much for taking time out to share with us this evening to hear this message. It's a message that has been lingering around for some time. I thank Mr. Trevor Ford for inviting me to New York. I didn't want to come because I do not like the cold. If it drops below 50 degrees, that's it. I went to Zimbabwe, and it was cold. I left. I want to thank you for being so patient and being so understanding and having the courage to come and hear me, because I'm the one man that most people shouldn't listen to. Why? I didn't go to school. I don't read books. I have never read a book in my life, and I never will read any. I disliked school. Yes, I did. But my grandmother that raised me was a very understanding woman. You see, many people doesn't know as to how is it that this one man, Dr. Sebi, your brother, is curing AIDS. Well, if I had read books and I had gone to school, I would not have been able to cure AIDS. Because those that finish the school, which are the physicians, do they cure AIDS? Do they cure diabetes? Did they go to school?
Yes, yes.
The Maya built empires. Did they go to school?
No.
So why is it that we always seem to put school in front? Why is it that we always seem to think that we need to read books to enhance our journey? Well, I didn't. Because I knew that in the context of the book, within those pages, there was an English language that's not yours nor mine. So therefore, we are going to travel on a journey that's going to be black, going to be African. Why? Because we are Africans. I'm not a Chinaman. I'm not a Russian. I'm not a Caucasian. So now, if I tell a gorilla to speak polar bear language and get on in life, you will have difficulties. So all these years, we have been looking for answers. I just turned around and saw Dr. Ben Jokanen. I know Dr. Ben Jokanen. A very enlightened brother. But he comes with philosophy. I have no philosophy. I don't need a philosophy. I need to see. Philosophy does not help us to journey through life. What has philosophy done to uplift the black race? Nothing. But in 1960, in a barbershop in New Orleans, I made a statement that I would do something to enhance the life of the black woman. I didn't say black man, I said black woman. Because we came out of a black woman. And we have a tendency and the propensity to always belittle her. We condescend in reference to a black woman. Her mate and her friends. The world itself. A black woman, she is not as equitable as anybody else. But I said that I would do something for her. Little did I know that I would bring healing. So what do I have that is so different? In the past 450 years in the brought from Africa, our anthropologists, our historians, our revolutionaries, they never talk about the very important thing that was supposed to be addressed, our diet. What I hear is what? I go to Africa. I hear about spirituality. Now what in the devil is that? What is spirituality? How do we use that to propel us to enhance our life? How do you use it? Because I'm not spiritual, but I curate. And I know many people who are spiritual, they don't do anything. So where is the profit in it? Where did that word come from anyway? Do we know? But when I go to Africa, they take me to Oshogbo, and they show me all these totems. that we believe in, because we live in a world of belief. No, I don't live in a world of belief. Either I know or I don't know.
Write it down.
So now, in the last 450 years, the Western medicine has been prevailing. What do they say? When you are sick, you have a germ, a virus, or a bacteria, which is the cause of your manifestation of disease. That's what they say. A germ, a virus, or a bacteria. Oh yeah? But if you have identified the cause of disease, how come you're not curing anything? I said no. It's mucus. There's only one disease, never two. And don't be afraid. I told that to the Supreme Court of New York when I was arrested in 1988. When everybody in Harlem, everybody in Brooklyn, brothers who's supposed to be so adept, so long, that one brother told me he read 3,000 books. I said, well, what do you do all that for? That's going to help you. Your belly's still big and your eyes have glasses on it, but you read 3,000 books. I didn't read any. I read my mama. My mama is the only person I listen to. My mama is the only person that I allow to tell me something I would listen. Now remember, I'm the boy that didn't go to school. So what did I learn outside of school? I learned that which is natural, that which is complementary, that did not come out of a book. So as I grew up with the freedom of a black man, because my grandma was in the Marcus Garvey, what do you call it? The nursing brigade. That's right, the Black Cross. My grandma was in it. She told me something. You don't need nobody, and you don't need anything. And if the day comes that you have no money to buy clothes, you walk naked as God made you, with the same pride and dignity. I said, well now then, I could even go barefoot. Grandma said, yeah. And there was a time in which I was 13 years of age, that my grandma didn't have any money to buy me any Christmas shoes. You know what Rosita Brown said? That was the neighbor. I still remember them, Rosita Brown, and they was rude. When I came outside on Christmas Day, and oiled my feet with coconut oil, and I've gone in the streets, and they said, ha ha ha, Fred don't have any Christmas shoes. I said, ha ha ha, Fred don't need any Christmas shoes. And do you know that 50 years later, I saw Rosita Brown on the village I built in Honduras, and it was mango season. I had my pants rolled up. You know how we do it in the West Indies, right? I had my pants rolled up. I'm sitting under the mango tree. And here comes Rosita Brown. I didn't know her. But my brother with another girl. My brother said, do you know this woman? No. This is Rosita Brown. I said, oh, I remember you now. You said, ha ha ha. And now you came 50 years later and saw me without any shoes on. What difference does it make? It's what you have in your brain. That is what counts. What comes from you, not from somebody's book. And you will regurgitate that to me, then I'm looking at a parrot. What comes from you is what's worth. Not what come out of a book that somebody read to you or you read. You have to be careful. He was calling Pushkin about occurrences. Tonight is an occurrence that is taking place that was supposed to occur, even though I didn't want to come to New York. But here we are, right? This is the reality. I was a young man working at the age of 13 for my grandmother. I worked in a dairy farm until I was 14. I went to work in a commissary at 15, 14. I worked until I was 20. I had to leave because I had that freedom to leave. I left, went to New Orleans, became a merchant seaman at 20, 1953. I joined Islam, the Muslim religion. I met Malcolm, I met Elijah, I met many people, very intelligent people. I met some very intelligent Christians too. You see,